Woohoo! Hello, bright and shiny beacon of light. Do we have a show for you tonight? If you've been feeling dread, worry, fear, anxiety right now, you are not alone. That is the energy at the start of August, and we're going to help you transform that energy tonight into something positive. And this is a channel talk, meaning I go into my automatic writing once a month. I plug into the energy of Archangel Michael. I see what's coming, particularly energetically, and what we get to do with that energy. So this is truly an energy upgrade and an energetic transmission from Archangel Michael tonight. And what we're going to look at this month in August is all the energies that are coming our way and how we can transform them. That's what's key. And if you see me darting around, my whole setup has changed here tonight. But we are going to see how we can transform these energies into powerful, positive upgrades in your life. Now, as we get into things here, and I see my team moving things around in the text. Hopefully that can stop here. As we get into things, I always like to share where I'm at because typically it's where you're at as well in one way, shape, or form. And I don't like to share a story that is completely off task and doesn't have anything to do with anyone, but things that have, and hi Angela from Massachusetts, things that have a direct bearing on where we are all at. So I must admit, I'm really shaken up tonight. It's an energy of August for sure. It's an energy that's been building inside of me, and we'll ground into that. So earlier this week, I had the most horrific and beautiful experience, beautiful in the long run, of being there with my dad when he had a stroke. And he's doing great. I'd say he feels 100%. I'd say he's 95%, which is awesome. He is trying to take actions now to get to 100% plus. But that certainly shook me to the core, as it did my sister as well. Today I went and I drove down to Connecticut to pick up our RV that we've traveled around Quebec, we've traveled around the States with. We haven't used this summer because it had some recalls to be taken care of. And I drove down to pick up our RV, which had been at this repair center for well over a month, maybe close to 2 months, because, well, I had a concussion last month, so I couldn't drive and pick it up. And then I had my dad, so I couldn't pick it up this week as well. And there's no complaints. My dad's doing great. Oh, my God. How does it get any better than this? I go to pick up the RV, and I said, I have a habit. As I got there, and I had driven over 4 hours to get there this morning. I said, I have a habit of getting in and wanting to get back, since it's about 10 hours round trip, and not checking everything out. Do you mind if I check out the repairs with you? They said, sure. And so I paid for the repairs first. We go out and look at the RV. And the biggest challenge is there's this slide out that makes the RV bigger or smaller. And it's been breaking when I would press the button. And this has everything to do with the energy tonight, particularly how I'm feeling. So we're getting there into this channel text. But I said, do you mind pressing that button? Historically, when I press the button after I leave a repair center, something breaks. And the guy goes, well, it should be fine this time. We did this, we did that, we did the other thing. He presses the button and it rips itself apart. and then he goes to turn on the water, and the water didn't work as well. And I have repair people coming up here to Vermont tomorrow to do other repair work. And this is a really new RV. And so I had to take it broken. But here's the big thing. A month ago, 5 weeks ago now, my wife and baby, well, toddler now, and I are driving down the road when a truck driver fell asleep at the wheel of his moving truck and hit and totaled our car with us inside of it. We're okay. I had a really big concussion. I'm still working through it, but relatively speaking, we're okay. As I got behind the wheel tonight of the RV, I realized that the front of the RV is same as the front of the moving truck. And that was the most uncomfortable, challenging, anxiety-ridden, breathe into it drive I've had. And I had to use the attunements I'm going to be teaching you tonight in order to help me ground, in order to be able to even do this with you here this evening. All I was thinking, among other things, on this drive back is, I will not be driving this anymore. I will be selling it or trading it in. I am done. I am done. The mind right now for all of us, collectively and many of us individually, is done. That's the energies of August right now. It is an energy right now of this overwhelm, fear, and dread. And so I want to dive in now to what Archangel Michael has been saying about this. And in particular, it's a channel transmission for you, meaning your energy is going to shift. I end up going first person at some point in this because since I channeled it, wrote it down, have it here, prepared it, Archangel Michael will be speaking through me, and it does admittedly get fuzzy as to what I am saying and what Archangel Michael is saying. So he will jump in if there's anything that I say that is not in alignment with what he wants to teach and share here this evening. So let's jump into this. And he starts out talking about the energy of August and says it's a feeling of dread that you have, that we all have right now, a dread of what happened, but mainly a dread of what is to come. And there is a lot of dread right now, consciously and unconsciously, individually and collectively, of life, quote, going to hell in a handbasket. Totally not my term. It's a dread of what is it is a dread of what is to come that is quite common today. Like things are going to get worse before they get better. Of course, you look at the news, they're selling fear, but this month in particular, they're selling dread. And subconsciously, this is a month we've all been dreading. We're dreading the heat. We're dreading the wildfires. We're dreading the earthquake, the tsunamis, the floods, the riot, the protest, the starvation, the harm to another human being, the bombs falling. We are dreading all of it. And in particular here in the States this month, we're dreading protests and riots to the highest degree, and everybody is on edge. Even if you don't feel on edge, and that's great, you may be getting weird dreams at this time. Hello, I've been getting a ton of strange dreams. That is the collective energy pushing through at this time. So right now, people are freaking out. There's a lack of water. There's incredible heat. There's a system that doesn't appear to be catering to anybody's needs. And, well, I'm here just outside Lake Champlain. I can throw a rock into Lake Champlain, just outside the Canadian border, north of Burlington, Vermont. And we have an AQI of about 200 right now, meaning unhealthy air for everyone. That's the energy we're feeling right now. It's enough to drive people mad or bonkers. Why? Because this energy of dread, this energy of fear does one thing and one thing more than anything else. What? Sorry. It drives you into a state of low-level fight or flight. If you're waking in dreadful dreams, you're in a state of fight or flight. If you're worried what's coming next, you're in a state of fight or flight. If you're driving an RV that's the same vehicle, in a sense, of what hit you last month, oh my God, you're in a state of fight or flight. Are there more strokes at this time? I'm convinced of it. Dad, are there more heart attacks? I'm convinced it. Obviously, there's more solar storms. There's more energy being pumped into the planet. And I'm convinced more people are crossing over at this time. More people are having accidents. I'll put that in quote, accidents at this time. And more people are... Squirrel! Love. I send you love. They are distracted at this time because the energies are over the top. It's why I have a month in the School of Mystics, and I'll tell you more about it later, a month in the School of Mystics where we anchor in at this time and then we alchemize or we transform these energies. That's what we're going to start doing here tonight. We're not going to say, I'm going to bubble up from this energy. I'm going to push all of this energy away. That's a good challenge right now. Instead, what we're going to do is take in these energies, ground into these energies, and then harness these energies as well. you're going to be able to harness the energy of everything around you. What was that Aya Bear just wrote? Has anyone else noticed more accidents? Oh, I thought you were saying more accidents for Michael. Cancel, clear, release, Aya Bear. Yeah, I am curious. If anybody's been seeing more accidents, please put that down, because I'm convinced the accidents are pumping up, the distraction is pumping up, the ability to stay on focus, on track, or in one lane on the highway. How many people have seen people veering left, right, and center? I keep thinking that it's everybody texting, but it's not. We are all being pulled at this time. Key point. There's often months to go quiet and meditate. There are often months to just breathe in and go still. This is not that month. Somebody's mentioning an accident just down the road. The number of accidents that I saw on the road today was crazy. Even a bus, an electric bus, was even in an accident. This is not the month to go quiet. But this is a month to flip everything on its heads. And this is a month where we get to do many of the doings that have been waiting to be done. What does that mean? Well, for ourselves, there are major transitions we're doing in our show. This is the month to do it. There's adding members to the Dream Team. This is a month to do it. There's repatterning our lives, and especially repatterning my dad's life. I get to hook in a daily routine with him, with gym time to get the body moving, with balance time to get him focused on that, with smoothies and good, healthy foods and drinks for him. This is the month to implement all of that. We get to implement the great changes we dared not take. So this is a month where I encourage you not to dare to dream, but to dare to do. Dare to do and dare to step forward. Why? Well, Archangel Michael is describing this month as disastrously, if that's even a word, of the energies that are coming about. He says the fires will be monumental. The smoke will choke out the best of us. The floods will be almost beyond belief. And people's anger, rage, and disappointment leads to riots and leading to disease and leading to shocking stories in the news, is to say the least as well. But this isn't a show or a message about gloom and doom. I'll continue for a few more lines. Earthquakes will continue. The event in Russia apparently is not a one-off. Volcanoes will continue, for those are the coasts. Tsunami danger is not gone, to say the least. But this isn't about the predictions of a month that in every way, shape, or form is going to be off the charts. Please note I said every way, shape, and form off the charts. Meaning the frenetic energy, the chaos, the earth, the challenges, the changes, the fires, all off the charts. Your ability to learn, your ability to grow, your ability to love, your ability of compassion, of kindness, of changing your life to what you desire, of coming together with everyone. I was at a Walmart in Massachusetts a couple of days ago, and the number of F-bombs being thrown in the parking lot because somebody stopped so they didn't hit somebody, a senior citizen at that, and then everybody else is yelling at each other. It's the energy of this month. But there can also be this huge energy of people coming together. Energy of coming together as one, energy of minds and hearts congealing, and energy where clearly people will come to the streets and demand action. But that action can be to help others, to stop bad things from happening to people, to take care of others, whether here or halfway around the globe. Because where is here anywhere? We are all one people, and there are no sides, that's my belief, on a round planet. Archangel Michael would say that is his belief as well. So this is a month where we say no more to that. This is a month where we say, I will not allow this in my personal life. I will not allow this in how I live. I will not put up with whatever it is. If you feel that this is the month where you almost want to put up your dukes, and I'll get to that in a minute, and you say, no more. Can you see Archangel Michael? Can you see Archangel Michael behind me? You see this giant sword that he's got? Talk about no more. You can say that along with me. No more. This is a month where we break old patterns. This is a month where we say, I will not take that anymore. But not from forgive me, I don't know how to put it, not from a mofo fighting place, but from I'm going to take in all this energy and I'm going to do something beautiful about it. This month, now, not a month to be on the sidelines, not a month to be in your better chair. For all of us. So I'm going, oh my God, what am I going to do with the RV? No, I didn't even say that. I said, all right, I've had enough. And I will do something. And in other areas that my dream team knows, I am saying, I have had, yes, no mas, Megan. I have had enough. You can say that too, not in fighting words, but in I'm going to make great change. I'm calling my dad saying, no mas. Dad, in the mornings, we're going to have breakfast. We're going to drink something. We're going to go to the gym. We're going to make a smoothie. We're going to have something to eat. We're going to go to the gym. We're going to make a smoothie. We're going to repeat this every single morning and put it in place no matter what. I got him to make his first smoothie. I don't know if it's first smoothie I've ever seen him make. Certainly his first smoothie since he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and, of course, had the stroke. I got him to make a smoothie today on the phone. No mas. And he's going, I don't know if any of this is going to make a difference, but he's doing it. This is the month of huge and awesome, great change. So we often think of great change as what takes place at the end of the year or the beginning of the year. Let me let you in on a little secret. Even though there's a collective energy of change in January, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, which is 88% of people, I checked it earlier today on the planet, we're freezing our asses off. We're not making the biggest change when it's cold. That is the time period where we hibernate, where we hunker down. Now we got fires. Now we got flames. Now we've got everything. Now is the time to harness the energy. Of course, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it's a little bit of hunker down. However, we can go with the zeitgeist, the collective energy of the planet. If 88% of people are warm, hot, overwhelmed, flooded, or facing natural disaster or after natural disaster, there's a hell of a lot, forgive me, of energy even in the Southern Hemisphere right now. And we get to harness this energy. So, this comes straight from Archangel Michael. Do not be disheartened. Do not be disturbed. I like that, disturbed. And do not fall into the trap of believing in the chaos, the violence, the hate, or any of it. Do not believe whatever you see from your government or from any government that whatever they say is the be-all, end-all. Well, we've just rolled back this, and so it's going to be the be-all, end-all. We've just removed or done away with this. And I'm not a liberal. I'm not a conservative. What I heard a great term recently, a radical centrist. Maybe that's it. Michael, your glasses have a green glare. Okay, my team members have said my glasses have a green glare. I'm sorry. There is nothing I can do about that right now. I don't know why they have the green glare. We're rolling with the green glare. Green is a comforting color, I hope. So, do not believe. Oh, going back to radical centrist. What I'm saying is there are no sides on a round planet. If anything, I'm a zebra. Why do I say that? Because if I say, they've rolled back this thing saying that that fossil fuels are now good, or this is now bad, or the other thing is whatever, Mama Bear, please understand that every time anything is moved or adjusted, it whacks me out of my channeling. So no, now we have the computer screen. Forgive me, everybody. Okay, I'm out of my channeling. Please adjust what you'd like to adjust. I am okay with the green glare. All right. One of my own personal challenges is with public embarrassment. It's interesting. I consider myself an introvert who's an extrovert a lot of the time, and I can't watch movies where somebody holds a lie or somebody is embarrassed in the movie. I end up hiding under the desk. And so after this show, I will not process it now. After this show, and thank you, Darcy, who's saying, Michael, take a breath. And I'm going to my giant shaman stone here. I will then process the green glasses and what's taking place. I'd like you to say an attunement with me. We're going to jump ahead and we're going to come right back. Thank you, Brian. Everybody's okay with the green glare. This is just a little bit of the attunement for later. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. Let's say this a couple more times. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. And one more time. You can put your hand on your heart. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. Woohoo! All right. Where was I going with this? No matter what information you're being fed, it ain't the truth. Thank you. We're plugged in again. Do not believe it, and do not believe it is the end all of anything. Why? Everything moves in waves. Waves and troughs, and waves and troughs, and fire and freeze, and over-the-top energy and slow. Everything moves in waves. Just when we think things are at their worst, chances are they are going to go to their best. Oh, Cindy and Inner Authority, people are throwing green hearts right now. How does it get any better than this? And yes, we're in hiring mode right now for a full-time live producer to up-level these live events. So thank you for your patience. Everything moves in waves, and the waves right now are monumental. The highs are higher, and they're followed by incredible lows. And following the incredible lows are even higher highs, as all of it is on an upward trajectory. Everything is on an upward trajectory. So even if you read, well, we've passed the 1.5 Celsius. We've passed the this. We've passed the that. There's no turning back. It's a runaway train. It's a this. It's a that. And I know I'm talking about climate, but so many things. Don't you believe it? Of course, that doesn't mean you go out and buy your gas guzzler and go, ah. But don't you believe any of it. Instead, realize it is all propelling us. Oh, look at all the green hearts. I love you guys. Propelling us, I can feel the love, upwards. That's what this month is all about. So I have a series of attunements here coming from Archangel Michael tonight. Energetic transmission statements that when we say them shifts us. I'm at peace, I'm at peace, I'm at peace. That was the last one, but that is the one I needed coming off of this harrowing drive. Why was the drive harrowing? Well, because I was, and it could have killed, I was hit by such a vehicle. It sliced open the door by Bear. It chopped off half of the spokes in my front wheel. We were literally a millisecond away from that's itedness. And now I'm driving one of those. And if I'm not really careful, I could do the same thing to someone else. So I'm holding on for dear life. Not just my dear life, but the dear life of everyone around me. So I came in here, I started into my notes, and I said, I need to pause. I need to ground, and I need to say, I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. So now let's dive into some attunements. We'll get there. Some attunements that are gifted to me by Archangel Michael and gifted to you that are going to shift your energy. They're an energetic transmission. When you say these statements, it brings you up, and it is Karen Suki. Oh my God, she's giving me Kermit the Frog. It's not easy. It's not easy being green. It will shift your energy from which you will not come back down. So I'd like you to say this along with me, out loud or in your head or in your heart. You can say it now. You can say it before you sleep. You can say it first thing in the morning as well. And it will help change your energy from the day ahead. FP, I love you, and I lived in Quebec last year, and I love everybody from Canada. And the irony here is the truck that hit me was from Ontario. Nothing against my Canadian family, my Canadian friends. But oh, the irony here. All right, so here we go with the first attunement if you're ready. You can say it out loud or in your head. Here we go. I anchor in the energy of change. I anchor in the energy of change. I anchor in the energy of change. I'm going to say that one more time. I anchor in the energy of change. I anchor in the energy of change. Massage your heart. I anchor in the energy of change. And I rise, and I rise, and I rise. I rise, I rise, I rise, and I transform, I transform, I transform. I am like the mighty phoenix. I am like the mighty phoenix. I am like the mighty phoenix. I am free, I am free, I am free. And I fly, and I fly, and I fly. Woohoo! Can you see how we bring that energy up? Maybe from the energy of greenness and Kermit himself. And who knows, maybe not the phoenix is green, but maybe a dragon is green as well. I am free, I am free, I am free, and I fly, and I fly, and I fly. That's the energy of August right now. That's the energy we can harness and help ourselves to fly free. What does that mean? It means we need a cool box. Yes, that could be a fridge. Yes, it could be a freezer. Yes, it can be a room. But it means you need a still space at this time. You need a still space to have the opportunity to take in what's going on in your own individual life and what's going on collectively and process it. For myself, I get to sit in bed tonight and I get to process the fact, I didn't even mention, my parents sold their childhood home, their forever home, my childhood home, just this week. I didn't even get to say goodbye because I was with Dad in the hospital. Totally okay. The childhood home is sold. The stroke, all of these things. My dad's health, the RV, which is pick-a-yoon in comparison, but a real deal. I get to just sit with all of these things. Most importantly, Dad's health. And I get to allow myself time to process. That's what the cold box is. We need the time to process. This doesn't mean a month of meditation and not doings, but a time where you just are. So I could ask Archangel Michael, and he would be very, very succinct about this. Archangel Michael, does my driving down the road count as time to be and just process? No. Actually, he specifically said, you need to be in your bed. This is for all of us. You need to be in your bed, your chair, your couch, or for me, on a floaty. And then he said, but that's not your style, out on the lake. But you need the time to process. Do not forget this month. This is the energy of big doings. But before the doings, and somebody said the download is exhausting, but I'm at peace. Libby, yes, we get to process and allow all of this to sit and settle inside of us. I'm just the processing alone of I'm driving basically the vehicle that hit me, and I drove basically 10 hours today to find out that the vehicle is just as broken as before, and they said I need to drive it back down, another 10 hours of driving, leave it there for a week, and then another 10 hours. No, I don't. But I will process and then take action. Take the time to think, to breathe, and just be. Please do this at the start of the month. To think, to breathe, to be. To think, to breathe, to be. Take things in without worrying about how they're going to change, without worrying about what the next step are, without getting wrapped up in the crisis or in one more particular fight. This is the month of fighting. What do I mean by that? I even heard myself say earlier this week, I'm in a fighting mood. What? It's the day after I was in that Walmart parking lot where people are throwing the F-bomb left and right and ready to ram each other because somebody dared stop and not hit somebody who was walking across the crosswalk. Hello? That's the energy right now. That's the energy right now, certainly in the cities, and I experience that even in my hometown. It's not a mood of kindness or courage or we've got this. It's a mood of fighting, of helplessness, of hopelessness, of rage. Meowsers, you have these nice sharp claws, and you're holding them into my arm here. I don't know if anybody can see that arm as I'm talking here. I did open up the door in case you need to get food during this. We get to be with all of it, to process all of it, really actually to feel all of it. Yes, with a grounding stone is great. Meowsers, how can I help you right now? Do you need to go see Mama Bear for some food? Do you? Meowsers is doing amazingly well, but guess what? Even our pets. Pets is such a strange word. Although I was joking with my dad who had a pet scan on Friday. I'm like, why does your dog need a scan? Even our animals, our furry friends, are going through the same energy right now. First, we sit. I love you. We sit, we process, and then we flip it on its head and harness it. And if I haven't mentioned it, and I'll mention a bunch at the end, we have a whole month in the School of Mystics where we are going to be alchemizing all of this energy. We're going to be anchoring you in so you're nice and grounded. And then we are going to flip the energy on its head. Ooh, Chris just wrote, Michael, what would help with the headaches and tiredness, but not food, but energy? It's interesting you mentioned headaches, Chris, because I got a concussion about a month ago. And I've experienced headaches unlike I've ever experienced before. Chris, I want to get you on the earth. And once again, I don't have the grounding mat here. I sleep on a grounding mat. I want you, Chris, sit on the stoop, sit on the earth, sit on the roots of a tree, put your feet in water. If you don't have any of those things available to you, get yourself in an Epsom salt bath. We get to drain so much energy off of ourselves. I'm not a doc. I don't play one on TV. If you've got headaches that you need to get to the doctor, get to the doctor. I totally believe in a balance of Western and Eastern, or outer and inner. It saved my life. I have so many titanium parts in me. It saved Dad's life as well. But get yourself grounded can help so much at this time. And then, yes, I was mentioning, do something like the School of Mystics. It's free. Free for the whole month to try. Free for the whole month to get grounded. Free for the whole month to alchemize and switch this energy. And we even do a massive clearing where we're going to take all of the rage and chaos and fire and all of this stuff, and we're going to peel it away from you this month. So we're going to alchemize and transmute it. But any of the energy that's still around, we're going to get off of you. And it's free. So not only are we going to flip the energies on their head this month in the School of Mystics, but also beginning tonight with these attunements, we're going to help you to latch onto a deep inner calm. Latch into a deep inner calm, a deep inner wisdom. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. Here's the secret, and this is why Archangel Michael had this channeling for tonight. He wants you to be more at peace. He wants you to feel better. He wants you to make the changes, to be joyous, to go, now's the time, and you to be able to breathe. Why? Because your energy matters and matters exquisitely. Your energetic shift is the most powerful shift there is. Why? I like to say, and somebody mentioned it years ago, I certainly wasn't the first. Sorry, I've got all this stuff on my glasses now. Maybe that's why we're getting this green glare. And so now I'm hypersensitive now that you mentioned this to me. Somebody once said, I heard it years ago, that being selfish is the best thing you can do. That doesn't mean cutting somebody off. That doesn't mean giving them the monodigital response, also known as the bird. And it does mean putting your oxygen mask on first. It does mean taking care of your own needs first. It does mean breathing into all of it at this time. Breathing into all of it. Hugely, hugely important before you step out into the world. Before you go grab your picket sign. Before you do anything out there, do something in here. Because this is what directs everything out here. You heal and harness this. That's what being a mystic is about. You are a mystic. The fact you're here and attracted to my energy means you're a mystic. Whether you get training on it or not, you are still a mystic. And the mystic harnesses the energy inside. And just by being her, by being him, by being them, broadcast it out to the world at large. Not like, Michael, I'm too tired to broadcast out. You don't have to do a darn thing. Just being you is going to broadcast that energy out. Just being you. Literally transform the world. So I have another attunement for you. I think I have one or two more attunements, and then we're going to take a few questions, and then we are going to do a meditation to help shift your energy as well. All right, so let's do this attunement. Here's what I'd like to say. I love this one. I love this one. I love this one. I love this one. So all of the attunements I channel, and then I play with and practice them and see how they make me feel. You could say the proof is in the pudding, or the pudding for that matter. How do they make you feel? This is the month to say, and we can do it right here, right now. I am alive. Do this along with me. I am alive. I am alive. I am alive. Again, I am alive. I am alive. I am alive. And I change, and I change, and I change. I am alive, and I change, and I fly. I am alive, and I change, and I fly. I am alive, and I change, and I fly. I am free, I am free, I am free, and I fly, and I fly, and I fly. Woohoo! Now, I have been known in attunements to say, I am free, I am free, I am free. We are getting an energetic upgrade this month when we rise above everything. We're given the fuel of the mighty phoenix, the fuel to fly high, the fuel to fly above the challenges, the fuel to create things at the highest level. I am free, I am free, I am free, and I fly, and I fly, and I fly. Woohoo! That's the energy of this month. That's the energy that helps you rise up. That's the energy that helps you rise above perceived problems or challenges or chaos or anything to see the world at the highest level or from the highest vantage points. Now, of course, if you're green glasses, if you're, oh my God, the RV, if you're whatever, the simplest, and then we're going to give you a hybrid here, the simplest thing you can say this month. Energies are swirling all around. You've just been in a flood. You've just been, look, my cousin, we grew up as brothers. His office had a flood go right through it this week. It's on the news twice about it. If you've been in floods, Aya Bear in floods, if you've been in fires, if you're smoked out, if you're whatever, I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. Say that along with me. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. This is the missing element for this month. And this is, oh man, we've got some more little attunements. I think this is the shortest version of what I would have you do. That's the complete attunement. All of these, say them along with me. They're all going to shift you, but then pick one that you're going to use all week or all month. I'm alive and I change and I'm free. I'm alive and I change and I'm free. I'm alive and I change and I'm free. I fly and I fly and I fly and I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. That maybe is more or less the final message for tonight. Every time you rise this month, say, I'm alive and I change and I'm free. I'm alive and I change and I'm free. I'm alive and I change and I'm free. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. That recognize the energy of the chaos, the energy of the change, the energy that is setting you free from old patterns, from old ways of being, helping you to vibrate at the highest level, and then is grounding you in. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. And remember, the changes that transform, or the changes of your inner circumstances, have more of an effect and thereby effect on the outer circumstances than anything you do out here. In other words, if you say, well, if I picket and protest, I'm going to make the biggest difference. That's awesome. First, let's ground in here. First, let's attune in here. First, let's get into that sacred, special place. And then, and only then, grab your sign, grab your heart, and head out the door. Do try things this month. Try anything, try everything. Flip things on their head. Try new routines. Not a month of gloom and doom, no matter what comes your way, but it's a month to start new things, to breathe new thoughts, to hold new dreams, and go for those dreams or dreams with everything you've got. So do not believe the gloom and doom. Do not fall into the trappings of the news, the riots, the fires. Of course, you may need to take serious action. I've had coaching clients in the path of the smoke and the fires. You may need to take serious action. If you need to go, you get to go. And do not take this lightly. We have had to go. We were choked out of Colorado by wildfire and wildfire smoke 5 years ago. And there were storage units I was going to empty this summer before all sorts of things went down in our lives. We will get to those storage units in Colorado. So we left from wildfire. but do not be choked out by the inner smoke of your heart. What does that mean? Do not be smoked out by the inner riot of discontent, the inner storms that are brewing. There will be outer storms that are monumental, and firestorms certainly, earth-shattering storms even. And along with that, massive rains. But do not take your eyes off the prize. That's your inner peace and change. Inner peace first, and then step forward. This is not the month of exhaustion, even if it feels that way to begin with. This is the month of creative angst on the starting line, waiting for the gun to go off. Once the gun goes off, once you start to take action, you can actually begin to breathe. That's what I want for you. We're not doing the doings for doing's sake. We're breathing first. We're seeing where we feel called, and then we're stepping forward. I'm doing that with our business. I'm doing that with the show. I'm doing that with everything that we have. I'm doing it with my parents' health. And I guess now I'm doing it with the RV. Not doings for doings, but doings that we feel called to do that are in our heart. Ask yourself, what is on my heart? Breathe into it. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. You could even say, what's on my heart? What's on my heart? What's on my heart? And listen. And with that said, you can't help but change your life. You can't help but change your routine. You can't help but change the world by changing on the inside for your highest good, the highest good of all, or something even better. And that, yes, is a mighty, mighty woohoo. So, right now, this month, breathe in, get peace, and move in that order. And yes, we've got so much good stuff coming up for yourself. I'll keep you posted. We have the Daily Woohoo newsletter. If you want a daily energy transmission, it's free. And I keep you posted on the goings on. Lastly, before we go to questions, oh my gosh, we've got some cool donations. Libby Webb, $20 for one tree planted. Kimberly Rose, $5 for one tree planted. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys great. You guys rock. School of Mystics, 4 Wednesdays each and every month. We have live energy transmissions, we have teachings, we have attunements, we have group intention meditations, we have clearings. You get the whole library of all past classes. There's the energy, palpable energy of the group if you join us live. There's also the palpable energy of the group if you join in the recording, if the time zone doesn't work for you. It's 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 4 Wednesdays each and every month. This month, try it for free. See how you feel. You've got everything to gain, but we are going to take all of this energy around you and we're going to morph it and, in a sense, morph you to a higher level. That's what we're going to do this month. So do come and join us. And I'll let people in the chat tell you about how they enjoy it for all of the mystics that are here. And I love you guys. Love you if you're mystic. Love you, mystics. Love you if you're Dream Team member. Love you, Dream Team member. And love you. All right. So let us go to a handful of questions. And then we are going to go to a beautiful meditation to shift the energy. Another $5 to one tree planted. Woohoo! I think the more trees we get right now, oh my God, the better. All right. From Marina. How do we see and understand our call when there's so much negativity and bad behavior from so many? How can we better understand the right path? Oh, it's easy, Marina, in a sense. Listen to you. Shut down the news, and I do my 3-second or so check almost every day. It's about 3 seconds. Today, before this, I think I might have scrolled for 10 seconds. Get in, get out. That's what I've been doing. But I just want to know, is there anything I really need to know about? Of course, big stories will always chase me down. Don't focus on the negativity. Don't focus on the bad behavior. Don't keep the news blaring. Don't keep the social media going. Step away from it. And be under a tree, be in the bath, be in the water, be in the forest, be in a park, be with your cat, be with your dog, be with your loved ones. Just be. And see what pulls on your heart. There is no, Marina, there is no perfect path. There is no one way to make it through. Oh my God, if I don't do just the right thing for my dad, he's whatever. There is no one perfect path. There is no one perfect way to make it through. We just follow the whisper on our heart, and then we follow the next whisper, and the next whisper, and the next whisper. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. Brian Dibble, what do we do in the month? Oh, sending you so much love, Marina. What do we do in the month of August to spread love in this hostile energy? Brian, if you've done these attunements, you just did it. Yeah, but Michael, I didn't do anything out there. Au contraire. If you think of us as all instruments in a symphony, and a symphony that really is a cacophony of chaotic energy right now, and you go from, forgive me, to that transforms the whole symphony. More donations for trees planted. Woohoo! How does it get any better than this? We work on your energy, Brian, and it trans everybody else's. But this is not, this is not a month to sit still, which means we not only transform, thank you, Scott Altman, as well. We not only transform that energy of being still in here, Yazrish was sitting on his food, but we transform the energy in our actions. What are the actions that I take? That's what Marina asked. The things that you feel called to do, because the things you feel called to do will raise your energy up. Ta-ta! Hana Bear wants to play piano. Ta-ta! I want to go do running sprints in the woods. Da-da! I want to go swim in the water. Da-da! You get it? Doing what you want, what pulls on your heart, shifts you to a higher octave. And doing that as well transforms the energy of the entire symphony around you. All right, let's see if we have any more questions here. Can take just a couple more. Usually there's an abundance of questions. Dream Team, feel free to keep a couple more questions coming, and then we will go into another meditation. Scotty Boy is saying more cowbell. I guess we could do cowbell. I know that somebody asked, I think from last week's class, or last week's YouTube Live. They said, I don't understand, Michael, you say there's no such thing as bad energy. That there's no such thing as good or bad energy, there is just energy. That's actually what a big part of this theme is here tonight, is that there is this chaotic energy all around us. But it's no different than the energy of a battery once it's harnessed. We can point that energy wherever we want to. I mean, you certainly have in the old school, Bob Proctor said it in the movie The Secret like 20,000 years ago. I think it was 20 years ago. He said you can use electricity to power a light, or you can use electricity, to fry the man. It's what we choose to do with that energy. Now, certainly there are people that are not out for good as we see it at this time, but they're still simply playing with energy. It's how we wish to transform it. Now, the question just came up here, and it was from Nikki, who said, I believe there is good and bad, good and evil. I believe there are people who are greatly disconnected and in serious pain at this time. I believe there are people that are disconnected and in serious pain that would like us to share in their misery and pain at this time because they are hurting so much. But going to the words of Paul Selig, and Paul Selig guides, what you damn damns you back. If you declare somebody is in a state of evil, then you cannot rise them up to the good. You cannot bring them into the light. You cannot raise the octave of the entire symphony when you squash anyone down. Help someone to heal. Help them to bring them into the light. Help bring them love, even at their darkest, or especially at their darkest moment. And you help transform everyone and everything. That's what we get to do. Chloe, I wanted to go skydiving, but found out I have to use my feet, put them out in front of me to stop. Not sure that would be good for my bummed knee. Well, Chloe, maybe you can do some sort of a joint skydiving where they can do particularly good for your knee. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV. The other option, though, Chloe, is... Speaking as someone who has no left ACL, no medial lateral meniscus, and still competes at an extremely high level, let's play with the knee. Let's see what we can do with the knee. Let's use that as a carrot for your jump, Chloe, and see what we can do to work on the knee beyond anything you've been told this summer, and then use that as your goal to skydive by the end of the summer. What did we just do? And yes, we get to have a healing class this fall. What we did is we transformed the energy of, I'm not sure that's a good thing, I'm not sure I can do that, to, oh my God, can we use this to powerfully, positively transform ourselves? That's body tuck and roll. That's the energy right now. Let's see how we can use that thing that we may have labeled as bad to actually be the greatest good. My dad had a stroke. Now he's saying, what can I do to get even healthier? Will he fulfill this? I don't know. And that's really hard for me to watch because I cannot do it all for him. It's his choice. But he's asking, how can I transform the energy of the stroke into something even more positive? So, Aya Bear, I will take one last question here, and then we're going into a meditation. Although Phoenix just wrote, there's a dual. Okay, nope, not a question. Let's see if we have one more question. Phoenix, remember, everyone does not want nor desire help. Yes, this is the old adage, you can lead that horse to water, but it's up to them what they want or wish to do with it. That's the story for all of us at this time. And why? We cannot try too hard to save the world. We do what we feel called to do. I'm aghast. Michael, I don't want to see this world like this for my grandkids, for my great-grandkids. That's great. We can change it. But we do not try to change others. We do not try to force a change on this world. We simply, Judith, can't sign up for the free month without giving payment info. Cancel by the end of the month. You're not charged. If so, you're charged a very small monthly fee to come join us because of the coupon code that's in there. So that's your workaround for it. Set a timer for yourself if you can't do it at the end of the month. Or if it's too much and you love it at the end of the month, and it's really too much for you, ask for help from us. We have a limited number of scholarships. We would love to help. All right, let's go to Logatha, who has the last question of the evening right now. Michael, what is your take on the third eye atlas in our solar system right now? Logatha, I'm not familiar with it. I will have to do my homework and get back to you. I know I was thinking of having a class on opening, or a YouTube live event on opening your third eye at this time, because that is so much easier right now to do. But I don't pretend to know what the third eye atlas is. Phoenix, how did I get started, Michael, in all of this? The inklings were there, as I'm guessing they were in you, Phoenix, early on. I didn't feel like I belonged. I didn't feel like I understood others. I didn't feel like anybody understood me. I didn't understand anything going on in the world. But it was from a bunch of licks and kicks in life that brought me to my knees, or on my butt for that matter, before I said there has to be a different way. I have to start meditating. I have to play with, or I get to. And then I was gifted with something I wish on nobody, which was my first near-death experience. And my first near-death experience, and they're called that for a reason. They're not something that, I know they can be glorified in this and that. Near-death means something probably went really, really wrong. Really wrong. But what it did is showed me we are all one. It showed me the energetic field of everything and everyone. It showed me so much that I still don't really have the words from. But it was from that slingshotted me in this trajectory. I get to step back, Phoenix, from everything right now. Because I feel for myself and for all the mystics, because I teach, and for you here and for everybody in the daily woohoo. I was thinking about this on the drive earlier today. Being with my dad when he had his stroke changes everything for me. There's going to be a lot of no mas. There's going to be a lot of surprising changes I will make. Probably be some moodiness along the way. Sorry, everybody. As I say, I can't do that anymore. When his stroke happened, I was at complete and total peace. A knowing everything would work out in that moment, but also a knowing that if my dad transitioned in the ambulance before I got to say goodbye, it was all okay. I don't say that coldly, the reverse. Oh my God, do I love that man. And at the same time, there's the near-death experience of yourself almost transitioning. And then the near-death experience or the transition experience of having a loved one or having a child or having a parent almost transition or transition that I think may rock the boat even more. You don't get the pyrotechnics necessarily unless you have a shared death experience, meaning you start to go up toward the tunnel with them. You don't get any of that. And at the same time, there can be such a profound either understanding or in my case, I want to say misunderstanding. There's such a profound reevaluation. Look at these amazing donations to One Tree Planted. Thank you, Logatha. I'm looking at all the smoke outside, obviously from the forest fires, but knowing it's actually the forest that will save us. Okay, save is a strong term, but that we need at this time. So thank you, Logatha, and thank you, Anonymous, for a $20 donation, a Canadian $20 donation. I will do things, undo things, change things, be moody about things, stop doing things, all in response to my dad almost transitioning in ways I can't begin to understand. I'm convinced my teaching will go to a whole new level. My teaching this year has been, I'll let others share, I think has been very special, but it will transform me. And what's happening in this month of August for all of us, the fires, the riots, the floods, God, the starvation, all of it will transform us as well. Oh, JW, my husband died in front of me. We were in the ER. I screamed for a car crash cart. Oh, I am so sorry. I send love. I send love. For anybody who's lost a loved one, I teach an automatic writing class where you can learn how to connect with them again. If you cannot afford it, let us know. We'll get you in. Being able to hear from them on the other side is such a sacred gift. Jenga is saying, how do I hear from them? That may actually be meaning automatic writing. All of us, in fact, next week we're going to do a special on your guide that shows you and hearing from that guide. All of us have guides by our side. All of us are being guided. All of us are getting whispers, even if we don't believe we can hear it. A lot of what I gave you tonight will help with that. Automatic writing will tremendously help with that. School of Mystics shifts your energy where it is so much easier to hear from them. And I can have mystics talk about that in here. When we get together as a group and we harness that energy together, you are attuned to hear much easier from the other side. All right. That was my last shameless plug on School of Mystics. I'm going to do a meditation with you. Battle Gamer. Mine do not stop. Mine do not stop either. The question is whether I will always heed them. Actually, I always do. But it does make for interesting conversations. I'm going to do what is often the conversation that I have with my guides. I'm going to do what? But they have never steered me wrong. Yes, absolutely love your quote enemies, for your enemies are you. We have, oh my God, what a show with Annette Bricka this Thursday. Annette Bricka is the channel and the medium that got Suzanne Giesman going. She's her channel and medium. And between you and me, we've been speaking with her as well. Woohoo! She's the real deal. She's incredible. She's special. She's also been used in countless, that's an understatement, but countless missing children cases. Jean Benet came to her recently and completely transformed her life. She is the real deal, and what she channels Thursday and how it will help you with this energetic transmission is huge. That is Thursday night's show. And how does it get, or actually is that in this Thursday, next Thursday night show, I believe it's this Thursday night show. My timelines are all confused by a week of being in the hospital. So we'll put that link up for you. Kim, thank you for sharing that. The School of Mystics attunements are powerful. All right. Somebody saying, Archangel Michael, there are no Archangel God angels have no names. At the end of the day, it's all energy. It's all energetic transmissions at the highest level. Oh my God. So Jane Seeley is going to see Suzanne on Sunday and Wolf's Message. And how does it get any better than this? All right. I'm going to have a tiny sip of water. Maybe you want to do the same. And then we are going to dive into a meditation here. All right. Bear with me here. Okay. So what would I like you to do? I'd like you to close your eyes, and I'd like you to transport yourself to the most peaceful place on earth, whatever that means for you. It can be a floaty or a raft in Lake Champlain. Can be going down your slow and gentle river. Heck, it can be a tiny little river in Disney for that matter. Sitting on some stones, at the beach, the park, a mountaintop, your bed, the loved one by your side. What is the most peaceful place for you? I'd like you to imagine that you've transported yourself there now. And we're going to anchor into this peace and anchor into this place. So first what we do is we kind of swish our glutes back and forth, anchoring into wherever we're sitting. We tap our feet into the ground, anchoring further. Maybe we run our hands up and down on the grass and the earth and the sand, or even on our thighs. We breathe in, nice and gentle, in through the nose, down to the belly, and out through the nose. In and out. In and out. One more time. In and out. As we keep breathing in and out, I want you to transport yourself to that special place. And I want you to look through the eyes of yourself seeing there. What is it you see around you? What do you see up close? Maybe what do you see in your hands? Or in the ground right before you? Or 100 feet out? Or 1,000 feet out? What do you see all around you? And what do you hear? Do you hear your own heartbeat? Do you hear the pitter-patter of your feet? What do you hear a little bit in the distance? Maybe it's some birds chirping. What do you hear far, far, far away? What do you smell? Is it the smell of flowers, of pine needles, of the forest, of the beach? What do you smell immediately around you? And as distant as you can, lifting up that nose, as you possibly can as well. So we hear and we see and we smell. And what do we feel? Do we feel the earth beneath us? Do we feel a gentle breeze? Do we feel a loved one's breath, their embrace, or simply they're present by our sides? Or something else entirely? What do we taste? Is there a taste in the air? A taste of nectar or flowers or pollen? A taste of fall foliage? A taste of salt in the air, like salt water from the beach? What is it we taste? And what is that peaceful thought we hear in our minds? Or hear with the ears of our hearts? What is it we hear on the inside? Can you feel this peace? Can you see this peace? Can you know beyond knowing that for this one brief, perfect, present moment, you are at peace? Anchor it in and put your hand on your heart, and you can tap or massage your heart as you say, I'm at peace, 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 I'm at peace. Now that you're in this place of peace, ask yourself, what do I feel on my heart? What is this calling, this pulling, this niggling? Is it to take to the streets? Is it to take to a quilt? Is it to take to a remote control plane or the water or the beach or something else entirely? Is it to hug a loved one? To build a schedule? To write a poem or a book? Or something else at all? But I'd like you to say as you massage your heart one more time, I'm at peace, I'm at peace, I'm at peace. And feel into the pull. What are you being pulled to do? Take a moment, several even. Breathe into this pull. Breathe into this energy. And breathe into this calling. And now, when you're ready, we're going to give you the courage, we're going to give you the strength, we're going to give you the attunement, which is a transformational transmission, to take the energy that's all around us at this time and use it as the powerful, positive fuel to uplift you, to bring you up, and to help you to change, to build, to grow, or to do whatever it is you desire to do. And here we go. I'm alive, and I change, and I'm free. I'm alive, and I change, and I'm free. I'm alive, and I change, and I free. And I fly, and I fly, and I fly. And I fly, and I fly, and I fly. I'm at peace, I'm at peace, I'm at peace. Woohoo! As you come back, know you have just anchored in this change. You've just anchored in this goodness, and you have just anchored in the ability to do something magical, amazing, and incredible for you, and thereby for the entire world this month. And how does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Well, one more time, we've got the School of Mystics, absolutely free to try. Come on and join us. And we've got that coupon code there as well. We've got your daily energy transmission and attunement with me. That's totally free. That's dailywoohoo.com. I've got the link down below for that as well. And we've got Annette Bricka this coming Thursday. How does it get any better than this? On how she channeled Jean Benet and how she transformed her life and everything she is learning about the shift we are in the middle of, and that she's hearing from the other side on how we can take this energy and use it to transform us to the highest level. So I love you so, so much. I can't wait to see you Wednesday. I can't wait to see you Thursday. If you're just joining us for the energy transmission, I can't wait to see you there as well each and every day. I'm now going to end with music from my dear sister, there we go. I was in Massachusetts. Ayla Ray, also known as Elisa. And thank you, Dream Team. Thank you, Aya Bear. 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 Thank you to the entire Dream Team. And thank you to you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And now, a little music. And then please, you are peace. You are at peace. You're at peace. And then go play and go play and go play.
Every day there's a new horizon. Birds keep on singing, earth keeps on spinning. Time to toss any fears that rule you. Dance to vibrations, no limitations.